Are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 620. Today is Tuesday, December 8th, and I'm your host, Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at our new time, 10-ish Eastern. And I have some great news stories for you today, starting with the top story. Jack Dorsey Square commits $10 million to green energy for Bitcoin mining. Shameless season premiere, name drops Bitcoin and other crypto. Spain's second largest bank will soon launch crypto services. And last but not least, MicroStrategy plans $400 million raise. Net proceeds will fund more Bitcoin buys. But first, market updates for today. So let's take a look at this market today. We have seen a good mixture of green and red. We have seen a few dumps. So some people are getting a little scared, but no worries at all. Just make sure that you that you basically don't get over leveraged and continue the dollar cost average. So let's take a look at these prices real quick here. Currently, Bitcoin is at $18,898, down 1.6%. Ethereum at $578 is down 2.8%. Litecoin at $80.76 is down 4%. Ripple at 59 cents is down 2.8%. Bcash at 275 is down 3.5%. And EOS at 287 is down 3.6%. So we're seeing a lot of red. A few have jumped up small gains, but looks as though people are taking profits and that we're running out of momentum to push past 20K. So just got to make sure that whenever you are deciding to buy, that if your dollar cost averaging, it doesn't matter when, but if you are a trader, don't panic, please. This is just regular par for the course whenever you start a bull market. So let's get into some of the people on the show. D-Block, what's going on? Peace to the fam. What's up, brother? Tiff, NYC, Madam Crypto, hola, Crypto Culture Live. What's going on? Clarence Dennison, what up, people? Let's get this crypto. Let's do it. Will 45, what's up? Marcellus Love, good morning. Good morning. Edward K, the P-Man Van. Oh, yeah, good. Glad to see you. Wired Sparks. Hey, everybody. So, again, thank you all for joining. Everybody who's on the show now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something a little different today. I'm going to post the Zoom link for these shows, and I'm going to choose maybe one or two people to come on the show sporadically, maybe jump in and speak with me for a few minutes. Just some thoughts about the industry, maybe some thoughts about the story that comes up. Just going to try it because, in my opinion, this is something that I think most people don't allow on their platforms. But of course, the Warriors, anybody who tunes in and watches this understands we do this live for a reason. I want to connect with the people. So I'm going to post that Zoom link here. Give me 1 second. And I'm going to post that so that anybody who wants to join in can try, and then I'll try and add people in on the show. So let's see where we're at here. And copy that. All right, so again, Zoom link is sitting there. If you want to join, I will be selecting somebody after we get through the first couple stories, and then we'll be able to go back and forth for a little bit and discuss some of the crypto stuff. So first story of the day, Jack Dorsey, my boy, commits $10 million to green energy for Bitcoin mining. Oh yeah, so the new Bitcoin Clean Energy Investment Initiative will aim to make mining more friendly. Man, this is great news coming from one of the great thinkers of our time. Honestly, this is not surprising. I saw this coming with Jack Dorsey talking about green energy. However, it is great to see because most people don't realize that we are in a time period where every CEO is trying to get in on Bitcoin anywhere they can. So on Tuesday, payments giant Square announced a major push to go carbon neutral by 2030. They're dedicating $10 million to its Bitcoin Clean Energy Investment Initiative. It aims to support companies that help drive adoption and efficiency of renewables within the Bitcoin ecosystem. So when people talk about Bitcoin's energy use, it's always laughable because green energy is something that's already around. So if we just apply that with Bitcoin mining, you could have the cleanest way to make money in the history of the world. And I think that this $10 million is just an example of the money that will flow into the green energy sector. It says among recent initiatives, Square is also assembling a patent group for crypto, which Coinbase just joined days ago. And of course, it states here the carbon footprint of the Bitcoin network has been a subject of a great deal of controversy. Not really. I mean, some people bring it up, but it's not really controversial. And the 2019 study estimates Bitcoin's total carbon output as comparable to that of some small countries. So Bitcoin, honestly, as a money system, is a small country. We're already there. So of course we'll have the same energy output. It's still cheaper with green energy, and it's still more efficient than what we have now. So great to see from Jack Dorsey. So let's take a look at some of these comments that we got here. Make sure to hit that like and share. Let's see. Trek, PFC Wheels, Ola to the room. Leroy Forbes, Crypto and Culture at work, can't join. All good. But once again, people, anybody joining in now, I have posted the Zoom link in the chat. So if you want to try and jump on, just go to the thing, try and be admitted. And I have a few people who have jumped on now. I admit somebody after this next story. But yes, I want to talk with some of the people from our Warriors. So second story of the day, Shameless season premiere name drops Bitcoin and other crypto. Man, so last night, watched one of my favorite shows, one of my top probably 5 or 6 favorite shows ever. And Shameless, I love Frank because he reminds me of a lot of degenerate friends that I used to have in college, like the way their mentality, everything's a conspiracy, the government's against everything, which is right. But then they were also like drug addicts, and I'd be like, all right, whatever. So Frank reminds me of that. Last night, the brief crypto-related conversation was largely nonsensical. So I'm watching Shameless, and I mean, literally, still like I just discovered Bitcoin. Anytime I hear it, it's like Pavlov's dog. It's like a thing goes. I was half asleep. All of a sudden, I hear a dude. He's like, yeah, my Bitcoin is down 30, and I was using it to leverage my Tether and my Ethereum. And then, of course, Kevin, he's like, I have no idea what you just said. Now, honestly, if you said this to a crypto person, myself, I was like, what are you talking about? You're down 30 what? Points, percentages. You used it to leverage your Tether and your Ethereum, like you bought it to. It didn't make any sense. But yes, so in the new season of Shameless, there is a mention of crypto. The dude who said it, he also continues, oil futures gutted my portfolio last spring. So if there's another 2-point drop in my cryptos, I'll have to cover a margin call. This sounds simply like basically crypto babble. Somebody found out words about crypto in the writer's room and just threw it out there. And then, of course, like here it says it's unclear whether it means down 30. Down 30 what? Dollars? There's no way you could be down $30 in Bitcoin and say that you're about to have a margin call. Dude, are you a 1,000x leverage? Jesus Christ. So one of the things about this show is, of course, they try to keep it real and updated with current events, which is what I love. They kind of parody some of the current events. Like, let's see, they had the promposals. They made fun of that. Made fun of sort of the industry with insurance fraud. It's crazy. So yeah, definitely check that out. Let's see. Anybody new in the chat? Leroy Forbes, they missed out on an opportunity to run some good scams. Yeah, man, I was saying that on Twitter. Like, man, could you imagine Frank trying to go buy meth in Southside Chicago with Dogecoin? That'd be hilarious. So let's see, Trek. That show's still on. That's how they get you. They use buzzwords and exactly. All you need is a small clip. The whole Bitcoin community talks about it, and now everybody's watching Shameless. That is the goal for most of this writing. If something's popular, they'll put it in there so people do it. So let's jump over to. Let's see who's trying to get in. Crypto Sovereign. Crypto Sovereign trying to join the chat. Again, the Zoom link is in the comments. If you want to jump on, I know some people are like, oh, no, I definitely want to jump on. But some people want to talk. Let's do it. So let's jump on Crypto Sovereign. Admitting you now. And let's see if we can get him in here. Him or her, whoever that is. And we'll try and get them going very soon. Not sure if they're going to jump on. So third story of the day. All right, so Spain's second largest bank will soon launch crypto services. Oh man, so if you are a bank right now and you don't have some sort of crypto strategy, guess what? You're about to be obsolete. And I'm glad this is happening because the hunters are now becoming the hunted. The banks that usually used to find good ideas and invest in them, or find people's businesses and invest in them, are starting to realize that if they don't have a crypto type service, that people will stop investing in them, stop using their bank, stop using it completely. So BBVA, the second largest bank in Spain with about 840 billion in assets, is poised to enter the cryptocurrency trading and custody space, according to two people familiar with the plans. The Spanish bank will begin its crypto offering out of Switzerland Set a source. Switzerland has relatively comprehensive rules around digital assets set out by the country's Financial Market Supervisory Authority, FINMA. Sounds a little bit like our FINRA. They says here there's still some compliance and hurdles, so this will not be till December, but they expect BBV will be live. So I see Crypto Sovereigns jumped in here. Let me mute them here and finish the story. BBVA, they're no stranger to crypto innovation. It was among one of the first financial institutions to combine public and private blockchains in a live transaction back in July 2018. So BBVA is no stranger to the crypto market. Great to see that they are launching crypto services. And again, we are in a time period where if you don't have crypto as a part of your service, you will not be able to function as a bank long term. So let's jump over to Crypto Sovereign. Let's go ahead and see if we can get my brother in here. Crypto Sovereign, you there, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you just fine. Hey, what's going on, brother? Just wanted to have people jump on. So what
all right, there we go.
All good?
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you took my advice on getting a call in for some of your diehard listeners.
Oh yeah. I think me and King discussed it. I think we have a good enough track record. People have stuck with us a long time. I'd love to speak with some of the people who watch us daily. So, like you, my brother, appreciate you reaching out, brother. So, yeah, what do you think about the news today so far? Square with green energy or with BBVA adding crypto custody? What do you think so far about the news or how the industry is going?
I like that Square is actually getting into the market as far as like a custody holder. I'm a bit of an alarmist at times, but in regards to what they're doing, it's like I said on the other show yesterday. This is tantamount to the frog in the boiling water. So tread lightly, get in and get out, like I mentioned yesterday. Mm-hmm. Get your crypto off their exchanges or off their platforms and hold it. So one of the things that I started doing is starting to recapture my own sweat equity. Okay, so I'll go out and do a little gig type work, and then a lot of times they pay you right out the gate, right after you finish your job and all, because they got these little options to do instant pay. And so I'll just go through and do a couple of small gigs or big gigs, IT related,
nice,
and get paid out instantly, and then exchange it for crypto. So I like the fact that these custody organizations are starting to try to, they see the vision, but I would even caution everyone to start to, tread lightly. And it seems like a lot of the listeners that you all have already know this. So I'm probably preaching to the choir, brother.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I'm glad you brought that up, though, because even if you've been around, some people forget, you can't trust these exchanges. Some people weren't there for Mt. Gox back in the day where you wake up and your money's literally gone. So some people don't realize that, but you have the right idea, brother. Dollar cost averaging with the money you have. I used to work in IT myself, as you may know, so I get where you're coming from completely. Just taking that and being able to pay for it directly. So one more, any questions from you before we jump off and then go back to the next stories?
No, go ahead and I'll just listen in the background, brother. I appreciate you taking my call and allow me to hop on the Zoom with you.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Glad you could be on the Gentleman of Crypto, brother. I'll talk with you soon.
All right. Take care now.
Yes, sir. All right, so thank you, Crypto Sovereign, jumping in on the show. Again, I keep telling you all, we're starting some new stuff going into the new year, testing it out. One of the biggest things is bringing in a lot of the people who are a part of our community, because we crossed over 4,000 followers. We also have the ability to, of course, with Zoom, reach out to anybody who's watching us from around the world. So great way to reach out. So let's see if we got some comments here. PFC Wells, damn, that show is on. Oh, yeah, we read that one. Requan, new. Let's see. Marcus Walter, check out Bios. DevSoul, what up? From RTP, North Carolina. What's up, DevSoul? Yeah, I went to school at NC State. Got a lot of friends up there. Max Kaiser's in Raleigh. CoinFlip is based in Raleigh. Lamasu. It's a lot of good activity up there. I think Jameson Locke from Casa is in RTP. You're in a good area up there. So, yeah, definitely got to visit Raleigh very soon. DevSoul, speaking of exchanges, what is a better alternative to Coinbase? If you want the real answer, anything is better than Coinbase. However, personally, Uphold has worked great for me. Also, the ability to buy at Bitcoin ATMs, Swan Bitcoin, Edge Wallet, you have the ability to buy in-app. BRD Wallet, you can buy in-app. A lot of different ways. Local Bitcoins, if you want to do cash to cash, or maybe PayPal or Zelle payments. I've done those before. I mean, there's infinite amount of ways to buy it. Cash App is probably the easiest, but you can't take custody of your Bitcoin per se, depending on the person. So a lot of different ways there, Dev. So I'm glad you could join us again. So let's see. Lisa Lee, Zuri, good morning. Late, but I'm here. Glad to have you. Lisa Lee, hey, crypto family. Leroy Forge will love to jump on when I'm at the gym. Oh yeah, I understand that. Definitely. So again, I'm gonna post the link here. I have one more story to do today. If anybody wants to jump on live with me, you can do that as well. So if you want to jump on the live, just tune in and I'll accept you into the group. So our last story of the day, top story, especially since he's been in the news a lot lately. Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy plans a $400 million raise. Net proceeds will fund more Bitcoin buys. Man, this is, when you talk about genius ideas, one of the things that I mentioned in Bitcoin is that we don't know what's going to happen that's going to create this price increase and this sort of panic to buy Bitcoin, which I think is coming in the next 2 or 3 years. But it states here, MicroStrategy said Monday it plans to sell up to $400 million in convertible senior notes, offering that will likely fund yet more Bitcoin allocations. So they said in the press release they will invest the net proceeds from the sale in Bitcoin in accordance with its treasury reserve after first making way for business expenses. So only qualified institutional buyers, because they are dealing with the institutional market. And of course, traditionally, you have to be an institutional buyer. They will be permitted to buy the interest-bearing notes, which mature in 5 years. They can convert the notes into cash, Class A shares, or a combination of the two starting in December 2023. Michael Saylor expanded their Bitcoin treasury reserves to 40,824 Bitcoins. And man, this is huge news, because as I tweeted before earlier, or even talking with other people, is what happens when there's 10, 20, 30 companies that have $100+ million raise with convertible senior notes to try and buy Bitcoin. There's going to be such high demand, and the premium to buy, I think, from Grayscale and some of these other big companies, the premium to buy is going to increase, because they're like, well, if you really want Bitcoin, you got to pay this 10% fee, brother, or 18% fee, whatever it is. That premium is going to jump. And I'm sure that once the price starts moving, people will gladly pay it, especially because if you think Bitcoin is going to go to 100K, maybe even $1 million at some point because of the market cap plus supply, any price you buy at right now is a deal. Because if you're buying at 20x, and you could essentially show proof for the fact that it could quintuple over the next 5 years, there's no investor alive that won't want to take that bet with Bitcoins. I think that's probably the safest investment you can have. And Michael Saylor is doing a great job making sure that he expands their treasury with purely Bitcoin. I love to see it. So let's see if we have some more new comments. Again, this isn't MicroStrategy's, ability to buy Bitcoin isn't new, but this strategy to sell or to give convertible notes to people. So for 5 years, you basically have them on the hip, but they're going to purchase you Bitcoin now, and Bitcoin is going to be purchased, and you're using the treasury. Jesus, man, this is a huge time. Or just remember this news story along with the ones from before, because when you start having these multiple companies trying to buy, we can compete with each other as traders, but if you're billionaires, that competition is way more fierce. Let's see, Kyler Canley, can you transfer coins to a different broker? Depends on which exchange you use, but yes, you can move it off. You should be able to move any coin off any exchange to your own personal wallet. If you can't, don't use it. That's why PayPal is great news, but not necessarily great for custody. Dev Saul, appreciate it. Oh yeah, definitely. Antonio, what's up, people? Let's see. Yeah, Antonio, why don't you jump on a live with me if you got a chance? If not, the deal authority, is local Bitcoin good to purchase and sell Bitcoin through? Absolutely. After $20,000 worth of Bitcoin sold, you have to do KYC, or extra level of KYC, I will say. To me, it's the best way if you want to get it quickly and without any real third party. Local Bitcoins is the quote unquote third party, but people put up ads. You can meet them in person. I've done that back in the day. Zelle is very popular. PayPal, I wouldn't suggest, because they can charge back on the Bitcoin they just sold you, or the Bitcoin you just sold them, and they can get both. So I wouldn't do PayPal, but local Bitcoins is very good. A lot of different ways, about 300 different ways to trade for Bitcoin. P-Man Van, I'm happy he's doing this, but people are going to give him dollars and he's going to buy BTC. Why not just buy BTC yourself? Or I'm not getting it. That's the key to being rich, P-Man Van. Other people's money. if you want to buy Bitcoin, what's better than if you have let's say $400, not 400 million. When I first started, I started with $400. If I have $400 of somebody else's money, and then I said, hey, in 5 years, you can try and claim it back, the amount of Bitcoin that I bought at that time, their money would have been ridiculous. Plus, you wouldn't have spent your own money. You're not even betting your own money. I mean, imagine being in a casino, somebody hands you $10,000. You don't really care much about what happens to it. It's not your money. So let's see, the P-Man Van, are you goons getting the same profit as if you bought Bitcoin? Absolutely not. I mean, honestly, when you buy these convertible notes and you can cash them in for stock, some people will be like, well, I don't want Bitcoin, but I do want to cash in on MicroStrategy stock because it's gone through the roof since they've made this Bitcoin purchase. So it's a win-win. Once MicroStrategy does the end of year report, then people realize it's a win-win. If you just mention Bitcoin, it's going to be sort of like the blockchain craze of before. So it doesn't look like anybody else wants to jump on the live today. Again, those of you watching, we're going to try something new throughout the month so that 2021 we can have, in my opinion, the best show in the space. And making sure our warriors can come on and speak. If you're in a gym, if you're walking, running, if you take care of your kids, you're in class or whatever, I understand. But for those of you who are sitting at home in your PJs, come on, jump on the live. Love to talk to you all because, again, we appreciate all of our warriors for supporting us all these years. So no more news from me today, but I'll go through some of these last couple comments. Antonio, we can get that arranged. Yep, Antonio, yeah, definitely. We'll get that arranged soon. The P-Man Van, so he is creating a fund. Essentially, yes, that is what he's doing. But yeah, he's creating a fund the billionaire way. Let's see, Jerry Sampson, what strategies do you have to avoid taxes legally? Legally, the only way you can avoid taxes in the crypto world legally is to convert it to fiat instantly. And then when you do, you pay capital gains. If you're a trader, that's less. Capital gains tax is less than personal income tax. So if you rather get taxed 15% rather than 35 or 40, that is what the tax liability does. To do it legally, honestly, there's a bunch of different ways to skirt it. But if you have a business and you have tax write-offs, tax write-off by buying with Bitcoin, and you want to talk to some professionals as well, because any tax write-off, you can write it off your taxes. If you pay with Bitcoin and that's counted as a tax write-off, I can guarantee you that's going to be a brand new strategy that comes about over the next few years as well. Lisa Lee, do you think Bitcoin can become more valuable than the dollar? To me, it already is, but inherent value is not always shown by price because we're in price discovery. We don't know how much Bitcoin is really worth. Today, I saw a statistic that says somebody moved $165 million for $1.20, and it got there in a matter of minutes. You can't really fathom how valuable that is until you don't have any other choice. When people can't use other money as efficiently, or if they can, but it's governed by the state, that value is ridiculous. So I think we can get to the point, if we want to be extra with it, one Satoshi equals $1. If that day happens, Bitcoin will be worth like $10 million or something crazy, or 100 million, something crazy. But that'll be the point where you won't even denominate it in dollars. You'll have a bunch of kids who grow up without even wondering what a dollar is. But that time will be a little bit further in the future. Will 45, any opinions on on BlockFi? I write about BlockFi in the new book. Speaking of, bitcoinandblackамerica.com, pre-order is available. But yeah, I write about BlockFi. I think it's a good centralized service to stake your cryptocurrency without losing it. Some people think, hey, I can just buy crypto, sit on it, and I'll have my gains for the year, which is exactly right. However, with a centralized service like BlockFi, you can invest your funds, use it as liquidity, and then they pay you a APR. I think it's 8.6% yearly. And so you get those gains along with crypto gains. It's a win-win. But there's a lot of services that do that, not just BlockFi. I just think they're the best at doing it. Jerry Sampson, what about loans? A lot of different ways to get loans as well. Decentralized finance market, there's a lot of loan products. MakerDAO is the first one that comes to mind. BlockFi loans are available. There's a few platforms that allow that, but if you can use your Bitcoin or crypto as collateral and you can get a cash loan to pay for something, I think that is a game changer in the decentralized finance market, because once you pay back the loan, you get your crypto back. You don't even lose it. So another win-win in this space. Again, you'll start hearing more of these products coming out as people start realizing what we've been saying the last almost decade. There's no real way to stop it as it currently is. There is one way to stop it, and I read about the galactic force. The aliens have made contact, and we're just not letting the world know it so that people don't go crazy. That's why apparently Trump made Space Force. If aliens show up with quantum computing and they reorganize the Bitcoin blockchain, hey, what can you do? We tried. We probably got bigger problems anyway. But other than that, I haven't really seen any humans come up with a good way that Bitcoin can be stopped. Let's see. Mark Cooper, what's going on, brother? Antonio, still got time for another person to jump on. Yeah, if you click the link, we could do one more before I get off here. Rashu, Celsius is good too. Absolutely. Celsius, I actually talked with Alex Mashinsky, the CEO. They have a great product as well. Diamond Mark, just discover your channel, love the education. Absolutely. Yeah, that's all we do on here. Answer questions live and try to make sure that people are informed. So let's see. I think we got Antonio jumping on right before we get off today. Yep, got Antonio. What's going on, brother?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, can't hear you. Everybody, this is Antonio. Been working with us for years now. He's been our moderator. He designed the cover for Bitcoin and Black America 1 and 2. Great designer, works for Cryptomaniacs. And again, one of the best people in the crypto space to talk to because he's so laid back and has a lot of information. So what's going on, Antonio?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, brother. Good to see you, man.
I had a question, actually. So I was just watching the What Bitcoin podcast. Gary Vee came on, and one of the things he was mentioning was how a lot of us in the industry don't realize how heavy governments are going to come down on Bitcoin once it hits 1 trillion market cap and so on. So I wanted to get your opinion on that. What you think when we do hit 1 trillion or 100,000 plus, how governments could affect the price or could affect Bitcoin?
So actually, Gary Vee is another smart person who's uninformed. The OCC, Office of Comptroller of Currency, literally just did an interview 2 days ago and said nobody is shutting down Bitcoin. The reason why that can't happen is because if government shut down Bitcoin, they would essentially be shutting down themselves because they're not telling people that they themselves have Bitcoin as well. All of that Bitcoin that was sold to, I forget his name, Tim Draper, that came from U.S. Marshals. All that Bitcoin that's confiscated off of these exchanges, they're owned by the government. So they have the value themselves. They're not going to shut it down. And even if they tried, China's not going to let it. So if we get to $1 trillion market cap, math-wise, I was doing the math the other day, Bitcoin would be worth around 50K. So if Bitcoin's worth 50K, I think you'll have enough rich people in the Bitcoin space where people won't care. That'll be another I think that's a fact that people don't understand is like, what happens when the owner of an exchange is a trillionaire? You really think he's going to say, let me listen to these these regulators tell me what to do? So even though governments may try to shut it down, I think we've won that war. If it was going to happen, it would have already happened. So Gary Vee, I think, is very smart, but uninformed.
Yeah, thanks for answering that. I agree totally.
Yeah. And anybody who's new in the space, they're usually scared off by that. But again, once you're informed, you kind of laugh at the fact that a government could say, all right, Bitcoin's banned. The price of Bitcoin will skyrocket the next day because prohibition.
Like, how do you ban Bitcoin when it can't really be banned? You can't ban zeros and ones.
Exactly. Unless you shut down the internet completely, you get rid of cobalt so nobody can build another computer. And I mean, a lot of steps to go through to stop something that's not even $1 trillion market cap yet. But it's not very feasible, and I don't think it'll happen. Definitely not with the technology we have now.
Totally agree.
Oh yeah.
I'm going straight back into the comments and watch the rest of the show. But yeah, thanks.
My man, appreciate you, Antonio, for coming on. I'll see you, man.
See you.
Yes, sir. Again, that's Antonio, my designer for the book, for both versions of the book, the gold and black version. Designs all of our thumbnails. He's a moderator. Antonio's multi-talented. He does all of the digital media for Cryptomaniacs. Shout out to him, a Bitcoiner for a long time. Great person to learn from. So let's see if we have any more comments before I get off. Let's see. Don't see any more new ones. Let's see. Lisa Lee, the aliens gave Bitcoin to the humans. Hey, you know, I've actually been thinking about that as a conspiracy, that aliens are waiting for humans to adopt Bitcoin for them to show up so they can be like, look, this is just a taste of our technology. We have a free, moneyless society that works beautifully, and technology runs everything. If you all could take Bitcoin and make it work, then we'll show up and we'll show you our ways. But if not, you all are too stupid to get it. So if there's any aliens out there, I'm not one of those people too stupid to get it. Come holler at me. Let's see. Will 45 government got money in their eyes. Yeah, they do, definitely. Milto, hey dudes, what's up? Rashu, yeah, what's going on, brother? So looks like we're done with our comments for today. I want to thank you all for tuning in, trying a little bit of new stuff. Had 2 people on. Shout out to Crypto Sovereignty as well as Antonio. Again, if you want to jump on and join the show, we'll be trying that out throughout this month at sporadic times. So make sure you tune in, and we'll have the ability to bring you onto the show and join the Gentlemen of Crypto. Have a good, quick discussion. So thank you all for watching today. We'll catch you all tomorrow.